Welcome back to your favorite talk show. I'm your host, and this is a space for the in between moments, growth, change, and figuring things out one step at a time. I'm really glad you're here. The quote of today's episode is by the English writer Alan Alexander Mile. It says, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." And from this quote, you might infer today's episode's topic. First and foremost, I just want to take a moment to say thank you, truly, deeply. Thank you to everyone who supported me at the very beginning of this podcast, to my friends, my family, and every single person who believed in this idea before I even fully existed. This wouldn't be here without you. Starting this podcast was just a thought at first, something uncertain and a little scary, and your encouragement made it feel possible. Whether you checked in on me, listened to the first episode, shared it, or simply reminded me to keep going, you've all been part of this journey from day one. I also want to take a moment to give a special shout out by reading some of your comments, because your words genuinely mean so much to me. The first comment by my classmate Hind. She said, "Honestly, I'm so proud of you. Your podcast is amazing and really meaningful. Keep going. You have a bright future ahead." Thank you so much, Hind, for this amazing comment. Next is this comment from Yasmin. She's my classmate. She said, "You sounded so natural. You made it so interesting. So proud of you, and can't wait to your take on the rest of the series." Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for growing with me. I really love you guys. After graduating, we come to realize that there will be no more next weeks. No more lunch together with our classmates, no more street food after class, and no moments of breaking down with them. Instead of saying, "See you tomorrow," or "next school year," it will be, "I hope to see you one day again." It is in this realization that someday we will look back on this moment with sadness, as this chapter of our lives will be part of our stories. This thought feels sad because as we grow older, we realize that our paths may go in different directions, and there is a chance we might never see each other again. This is a very emotional quote, or this is a very emotional saying by a netizen, and it really sparked my attention. It really moved something in me because it is so deep and it is so realistic that those little moments of, for example, breaking down or feeling sad with our classmates or feeling motivated with our classmates or just feeling things with them and doing things anonymously will become um, mostly undone in the next few years. So in this feeling or in this quote, there is an in-between feeling that you feel that you're not fully a student anymore, but not fully in your next life either. So you're in between. You are not expressing your feelings very well. You are still in the midst of your emotions. So you need when you talk about that weird emotional limbo, like finishing classes will be mentally already leaving. So it's just mentally and not physically leaving, but you are mentally preparing for it. And that's what it's so fascinating about goodbyes. Goodbyes that in the end you realize that every single thing you've endured together as classmates or as friends will become only memories or part of our stories or a chapter in our life. I never thought that being a senior in college will hit me this hard because I thought everyone is graduating, everyone gets their degree, everyone gets their bachelor, some even go for masters. But lately, I've been noticing something strange. Like everything suddenly feels nostalgic. Like suddenly every random corner of campus means something. Places I used to walk past without thinking twice now feel literally heavy. Like they're holding memories I didn't even realize I was making at the time because I was busy thinking about going to class on time, doing this assignment, going here, going there. But even the routines I used to complain about, the early mornings, rushing to class, grabbing something to quick eat, feeling frustrated because I might be late and the professor will scold me, and they're starting to feel like special. And that's the weird part. I mean, nothing about them has changed, except the fact that they're about to end. I mean, it's like my brain is slowing everything down, and there is something I would really caught me is that in the moment when we were taking pictures and having fun, I didn't allow myself to get emotional and didn't let my feelings burst out until these days. I mean, I'm trying to hold on to it a little longer. I'm trying to hold on to this feeling and to express it, like to feel it to the fullest, because I believe that feelings should be felt. They're called feelings, and we need to give time and we need to give ourselves the patience to feel them. Some might cry, some might laugh, some might feel angry, some might feel relieved. And I think that's what happens when something is coming to an end. We start seeing it differently. Like the ordinary becomes meaningful, the small moments suddenly feel so important. And maybe it's because we know we won't get them back in the same way. Going back to that college or going back to those classes or going back to that campus in general. Or maybe it's just the mind trying to protect us from letting go too quickly by reminding us that even the most normal days were actually something worth keeping. And it makes me wonder, like, how many moments did I live through without realizing they would one day mean this much? For example, the moment I was tired and overwhelmed from all the studies and exams and etc., and I left the classroom, and my friends followed me, helped me. I know it was a painful experience, but now I get back to it and I feel how grateful I am to make these friendships, because college for me is or was and still is a changing point, like a point of whether you will go this way or you go this way. And luckily, I never thought I'll make this tons of friendships, and I never anticipated and I never thought of making lifelong friendships that would like make me, I mean, prioritize them and prioritize that bond that we have together as humans, as a second family, rather than just being connected over homework or just copybooks and summaries. And talking about friendships, they are changing but not ending. That's what I really, really admire. Friendships now are created. I mean, during those 3 years, I noticed that a lot of classmates found their significant other in terms of friendships. They might change because we're not going to see each other daily, but they're not going to end. They will just develop into, or they will just extend to another stage of friendships. And one of the hardest parts about leaving isn't just the place. I mean, it's the people, obviously. And not even in a dramatic way. Like, it's not like there's a clear ending where we all say goodbye and that's it. We still have a lifelong friendship going on. I mean, it's quieter than that. And it's the realization that things are going to change, that the people you saw almost every day, as I said before, might become the people you text once in a while. But love is still there. We have that bond. And that shift, it's hard to fully process, but it has its other benefits. I mean, I don't think it means friendships are ending in in an abrupt way and suddenly, okay, we'll stop texting each other. I think they're just evolving. As I said before, they are they're gonna be more meaningful, and we're going to cross each other at more developed stages in our lives, and we can witness ourselves graduating from a master's, having jobs, getting married, having kids, having families, and we can invite each other, and we can make our children become friends. That's what life is. That's what college is about. Life is going to pull everyone in different directions. I mean, into new routines, new environments, new versions of themselves. But there's still that fear that, I mean, even though I said everything, there is a fear of losing the closeness you had once had, like that bond. So if you've created a strong bond while being together in college, being together in classrooms, you will not have problems in developing these bonds afterwards. I mean, becoming distant without even meaning to, it's kind of um, a never said apology. I mean, I'm sorry that we are not going to be together and we're not going to be close together, but we'll still have that bond going on, that invisible bond that connects us. And wondering who will still be there months from now and who might slowly fade into just memories. I mean, it's really, really good to think about it in a brighter way. And maybe that's part of growing up too, like accepting that not all friendships are meant to stay the same, even if they still matter just as much. Some people will stay new days in new ways, some will drift, some will be part of the chapter, some will continue with you in your life, even if there is no bad reason. And it's okay if two friends decided to, or life separate them apart. That's totally fine. That's not bad. That's life. And some will always be part of you, no matter how far life will take you. And that's the importance of the invisible bond. I mean, and finally, I guess the real question is, can we learn to appreciate what those friendships were without trying to hold them exactly as they are? I hope that you have understood this question, and I really, really want to ask another question that is the most important question of today's episode. Do you think you formed a strong bond of friendship during your college years? If yes, please, I would appreciate your comments. I will see all the comments that you will comment, and I would gladly want to know your response. For me, I as my answer, I'm so glad and so lucky that I have formed that type of bond, and I say it with confidence. I've made bonds that are very crucial and very unbreakable.